Hello, my little loves. It's Grandma from Pamela. How are you? Oh, I've missed you. It's been a while since I've done a story on here. We've been very busy. We've been going to Melbourne. Oh, lots of things have been happening here. Now today I'm going to read what Zola did on Wednesday. Now, I know that Ava Rosie Posey has got this book, so you might want to read along. So if you want to pause the video and go and find your book, you can. And Millamoo Magic, you have also got the book. So if you want to have the book in front of you as well, you can go and get it. I know that you've probably both read the story, and I know I've read the story to you in real life, Millamoo. But I thought I would do this one here so that you can read along. Here we go. What Zola did on Wednesday. Grandma's glasses are fogging up because it's really hot here. Very humid and sticky. There's her street. Zola Angelica lives with her mum and her nonna Rosa. They live in a little house, in a little street, in a little suburb, in the middle of a big city. These days, Zola is very busy. On Monday afternoons, she works at the garden project at her school. Zola helps start it with Nonna Rosa and 2B's teacher, Miss Divis. Now they have at least a dozen parents and friends working alongside them. Miss Divis is hoping to get the wild garden into some sort of order in time for the St Odo's community fete. We've been trying to get our garden in order too for Christmas, for summer. Our garden's been growing a bit wild. Some things have been doing really well, other things not so well. On Tuesday afternoon, Zola plays with her cousin, Alessandro, who lives in the house behind her. They like to hang out with Zola's neighbours, Omar and Bianca, who live in number 10. Oh, it'd be fun to have your cousins living just near you. There they are, all hanging out on the trampoline. Their grandmother is helping Nonna with her knitting. Now some of the other grandmothers in the street come over on a Tuesday and in the afternoon to knit and to eat. They bring over the most scrumptious afternoon tea. I would like that. I can knit, but I think I would enjoy the cakes and the afternoon tea the most. There they are. Look at that, cupcakes and slices and little tiny wee cakes. Oh, and cups of tea. Right up my alley, I'd love that. Zola and her neighbours are keen to set up the Boomerang Street stall at the St Odo's fete. They're spending much of their free time knitting scarves and beanies and blankets. Unfortunately, this means Zola hasn't had as much time to play with her dog Monty and Alessandro's dog Gigi. It's because I'm busy keeping out of trouble, she tells the dogs. Zola can tell by the look on Monty's face that he understands the importance of keeping out of trouble. Gigi isn't listening, as usual. She's too busy sniffing under the fence that separates Zola's house from number 14. Gigi gets up to some mischief, doesn't she? I think she got into Grandma's garden once. Nonna's garden. Has Zola told you about number 14? Leo lives there with his 2 mums. He goes to a school in the city close to where his mum Caroline works. It means that Zola doesn't get to see him as much during the week. That's number 14. That's pretty. Look at all those daisies out the front, the white daisies. I like the pictures in this book. This afternoon, Zola can tell that something very exciting is happening in Leo's backyard. Monty has joined Gigi and now they're both sniffing under the fence. Leo has a dog called Maggie. But this sort of sniffing is different, much more different than usual. A moment later, Zola can hear the sound of voices in Leo's backyard. I've brought work home with me, Leo, his mum Justine says. Zola is curious. She knows Leo's mum is a police officer. Zola sees Justine in her blue police uniform every morning. So what does she mean by bringing work home? Oh my goodness. Just say Leo's mum has brought home a robber or someone who broke the road rules in the car. Zola is concerned for everyone living in Boomerang Street. She needs to see what's going on. Slowly and carefully, she climbs up the tree near Leo's fence. I used to love climbing trees when I was young. I used to go right to the top. My mum used to get a bit scared because I went right to the top of pine trees and everything. Slowly and carefully, she stands on her tiptoes, hanging on tightly to the branch. Who could possibly be in Leo's backyard? Woof! It's a different woof to the bark that Leo's dog Maggie makes. It's a woof that says, "I'm in charge." Zola wants to get a better look, but she knows that Nonna Rosa and Mummy will be furious if she climbs any higher. Yes, my mum used to get cross when I used to call out, "Mum, look at me!" And I was right at the very top of the highest gum tree or the pine tree when I was at my granny's house. And she used to say, "Get down from there straight away." Just when she's about to give up, Leo sees her. "This is Vespa," he says. "She's a Labrador. Not a Labradoodle, not a Cavoodle, not a Poodle, or a Spoodle." There they are, waving to each other. Oh, that looks like Vespa there, and that must be Maggie, Leo's actual dog, and this is the dog that came home with his mum Justine, who's a policewoman. "She's a sniffer dog," Leo explains. "If someone goes missing, my mum asks Vespa to smell a sock that belongs to that person. She goes searching for them. Vespa has even been on the news." Of course, Zola recognises Vespa now. Last week there was a most dramatic rescue of a cat in Hen and Chicken Bay. Zola cannot believe it. Police dog Vespa lives next door to her. And there's the news article about Vespa rescuing. Zola talks about PD Vespa all the way to school the next morning. Leo's mum has the best job ever, she says to Nonna Rosa. "Imagine going to work with Monty and finding people and pets who are lost." There she is on the way to school with her Nonna Rosa. I think there are two little girls who've got a Nonna, but not Nonna Rosa, but Nonna. Zola catches up to Alessandro. Imagine chasing after robbers who steal people's valuables or keeping crowds safe during celebrations. Alessandro doesn't respond. He loves to practice his reading these days. He speaks aloud every word that they come across. Boomerang Street, danger, construction site, do not enter, keep out, speed limit 40, school zone. I remember when your mummy and daddy were little, they used to do exactly the same thing. Read out all the street signs and the number plates on cars. Just as they're about, maybe you do that now. Do you read out the street signs and the number plates? Just as they're about to turn the corner towards school, Alessandro stops. There's a note stuck to the trunk of a tree outside the home of one of Zola's friends. Her name is Sophia. Alessandro says most words correctly, but Zola has to help him with the word reward. "Bravo, Alessandro," Nonna Rosa says, because she loves to hear Zola and Alessandro read out loud. "Missing, pet turtle, 100 years old. Please bring home. You will get a reward." I wonder if they can help solve this mystery of the missing turtle. Oh, she looks a bit sad. In class during news, Sophia tells 2B that her family is sad because their turtle is lost. "The first time she went missing, we found her under this," Sophia says. She holds up a Wonder Woman beach towel. "We call it Turtle's Towel now." Zola puts up her hand. "Is it true that your turtle is 100 years old?" she asks. Sophia nods her head. "But how do you know she's that old?" Zola asks. "Because Turtle was given to my great aunt," Sophia says. "Her name was Matilda and she liked to write in her diary, and I've read her diary. Dear diary, today my father returned after being away for so long and he brought me a baby turtle for Christmas in 1918. We'd love to hear more about turtles, Sophia," Miss Divis says. Sophia's news gives their teacher A good idea. How about everybody chooses an animal to talk about at News Next Week, says Miss Divis. You have to include at least 3 special facts, something we might not already know. The class is excited and they begin to call out suggestions, but Zola can't help being distracted by Turtle's towel. She's just come up with a brilliant idea. There she is with her hand up, I think. Do you know what her idea is? I think I might be able to guess. When the bell rings for recess, she rushes to her friend, hardly able to hold back her excitement. Sophia, if you give me Turtle's towel, I think I can find her. After school, Zola gathers Alessandro and Omar and Bianca and Leo together in her backyard. She tells them about the missing turtle. What if Monty and Gigi follow the turtle's scent and go searching for it, she says. Was that the idea that you came up with? It's the idea I had. Zola can tell from the wag of Gigi's tail that she wants to be part of the adventure. Monty, do you think Gigi and Monty are going to be the best ones to find the turtle? I'm not sure. Monty isn't so convinced. Everyone else is. Come on, Monty, Zola says. What better way to prove that you belong to the police dog unit? After placing the leashes on the dogs, Zola and Alessandro walk them to the front garden while the others follow. I don't know if Gigi and Monty have been trained to find turtles. Zola puts Turtle's towel under Gigi's nose, just like my mum does, Leo says proudly, watching on. Then Zola puts it under Monty's nose. She lets Monty off the leash first. Sniff the towel, she orders. Follow the scent. Find the turtle. Monty does not move. Next, Alessandro lets Gigi off the leash. Sniff the towel. But before Alessandro can finish the instruction, Gigi bolts. Alessandro runs after her. Gigi, come back, he cries. Zola runs after her cousin. Alessandro, come back, she cries. Zola, come back. Nonna is calling out from the front window of the house. Oh, letting Gigi off the lead. That was not a good idea, I don't think. There they are, running after the dogs. Omar's dad has been washing his car and drops the bucket. He starts running after Gigi, who's already crossed Boomerang Street. When she's around the corner and they can no longer see her, Alessandro wants to cross the road. Stop, Alessandro, Elena from number 17 says. She lives across the road and has been mowing her lawn. Do not cross the road. That's how accidents happen, isn't it? Zola can see that Omar's dad is on the other side now. He disappears round the corner in the direction Gigi was going. Everyone has stopped to watch and to wait. Miss Lucy, who is pruning her roses at number 19, Jacqueline, who is walking home from school with big earphones on her head, Mr. Costa, who is putting bottles in the recycling bin, waiting, holding their breath. No one says a word. Oh, they're all waiting to see if they can catch Gigi. Suddenly, Gigi is back on Boomerang Street, racing in their direction. Following her is Omar's dad, who is trying very hard to catch her. Omar's dad is red in the face and trying even harder to catch his breath. Gigi is racing as if she's competing at an athletics carnival, coming towards them with her ears pinned back and the wind in her fur. Stop, they all shout. Gigi disappears into number 18's driveway and Omar's dad follows. Zola has a funny feeling in her tummy. She doesn't think that Gigi is searching for the turtle. That's number 18's front yard. She thinks that Dad, Omar shouts, excitement in his voice. Omar's dad is walking back towards Zola. I'll just check I didn't skip a page there. Yes, good. Back towards Zola's house with Gigi in his arms. Good on you, Omar's dad. Everything is going to be okay, Monty, Zola says. Don't you worry. She hears a snore and looks down. Monty has slept during the whole adventure. There's Monty down there, asleep. There's Omar's dad with Gigi. Gigi is a cheeky dog. That afternoon, everyone from number 10 and 12 Boomerang Street is invited to Leo's house. You can bring the dogs, Leo's mum Justine says. Inside their family room, PD Vespa is sitting by Justine. PD must stand for Police Dog Vespa. Vespa is listening to every word. Justine doesn't look angry, but she is very stern. Why do we have rules? She asks Leo. So no one gets hurt? Says Leo. What are the rules in your house? First she looks at Bianca and then at Omar. Not to cross the road without an adult, Bianca says. There's policewoman Justine, and I think that's PD, Police Dog Vespa, next to her. And she's talking to them about the dangers. And not to talk to strangers, Omar says. Now it's Zola and Alessandro's turn. Read all the road signs, Alessandro says. Don't let dogs off the leash unless we're in the backyard, Zola says. Gigi lies down and mopes when she hears that rule. Gigi loves to run free by the sound of it. Leo's mum Caroline says she's going to bring out some lamingtons. Sorry, there they are. I'll help you make the tea, Omar's dad says, but everyone agrees that he should sit and rest after all that running he did to catch Gigi. He's done enough today. PD Vespa wags her tail. Justine has one more piece of information that thrills Zola and the others. Apart from everything she does for the police department, PD Vespa is also good at one other thing, finding turtles. Gigi is very excited when she hears the news about PD Vespa. She leaps up high as if she has something to say. Sit, Alessandro tells her, but Gigi does not know how to follow any instructions. She runs to the front door and begins to scratch. I think I know what she's trying to tell us, Justine says, turning to Omar's dad. Could you show us the house Gigi first ran to? Then she turns to Zola. Do you still have the towel with the turtle's scent? Outside Zola's house, Alessandro picks up the turtle's towel in the garden bed. Everyone follows Omar's dad up the street and around the corner. PD Vespa comes along as well, but Justine thinks it's a good idea if Gigi and Monty stay in the backyard. Omar's dad stops in front of Zola's favourite house in the neighbourhood. It has flower boxes spilling with daisies and daffodils which are sitting high beneath stained glass windows. Oh, I would love that too. They look a bit sad being left at home, don't they, Gigi and Monty? But I love those flowers. Look, it's a very pretty house, stained glass windows. Big trees out the front to climb. Zola can see down the side of the house and glimpses something familiar over the fence. It's a jacaranda tree. She's played among its purple leaves before. My friend Sophia lives in the house behind this one. Excuse me. She says with excitement in her voice. I read somewhere that turtles like to dig deep. Bianca says, what if she dug herself into her neighbour's backyard? Maybe Gigi did know what she was doing, Omar's dad says. Leo's mum Justine rings the doorbell and it's answered by a man wearing an apron. We think there's a 100-year-old turtle in your backyard, Leo blurts out. Leo's mum introduces them to him. I'm Bob, he says. I'm just pickling some olives. Come on through. Come on through. Out the back, Leo's mum places Turtle's towel under PD Vespa's nose. They all watch in silence as Vespa sniffs here and sniffs there. The olive tree, the basketball hoop, the bird bath. Vespa barks once, twice, 3 times. Zola can't see anything in the bird bath but rainwater and a pretty stone in different shades of brown and grey and sort of green. There they are in the backyard of Bob, and Vespa looks like he's looking in the water bath down the bottom there. I wonder what's in there. Suddenly, Turtle's head pops up. Out for a look. It's not a stone, It's a shell. After they all thank Bob, he gives Leo's mum and Omar's dad a little container each of olives. They head home. Well, who thinks they've learnt something new from today? Leo's mum asks. Zola thinks for a moment. Then she has the best idea. On Wednesday, in front of the entire class, Zola begins her news. Oh, there's the picture of them finding the turtle. Not all dogs stay at home to keep their nonnas company or to lounge on the trampoline, she tells them. And then she makes room for her guests. This is my neighbour Justine and PD Vespa. Justine says hello to the class. She tells them about all the jobs that PD Vespa does. Justine also shows 2B plenty of photos on the big screen. I'll be down at St Odo's Reserve every Wednesday afternoon for dog training, she tells them. If you come down with a parent or guardian, you and your dog can learn some tricks yourselves. Bring some dog treats. There's Justine and PD Vespa and Zola. I think she brought them for show and tell. That's what Zola and Alessandro and Bianca and Omar and Leo and some of her classmates now do every Wednesday afternoon. They learn dog tricks and training. Miss Divis brings along her cavoodle as well. I think I spoil her too much, she says. She needs a lot of exercise. When Grandma and Pappy get there, Puppy, it's going to be a cavoodle. And I wonder if we spoil it very much. We probably will. But it will also get lots of exercise because we live at the beach. Gigi barks twice. She seems to agree. Monty and the other dogs all join in. They can smell the treats and they can't wait to make a start on the training. There's all the dogs. I wonder if Gigi learns a few tricks. I hope you enjoyed that story, what Zola did on Wednesday. We have to wait till next year now for Thursday and Friday, what Zola did on Thursday and Friday, because that's all the Zolas for this year. So I'll have to find a different book for next time. Anyway, my little loves, it's getting close to Christmas. I know some of you have got St Martin and all sorts of fun things happening. That should be good. You've put your shoes out and we've got Christmas and Christmas Eve. So that's going to be very exciting to look forward to. I'm going to start putting some Christmas decorations up. I hope you are too. Anyway, it's time for Grandma to go now. I love you, and I love you, and I love you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I love you lots. Bye.